Hey y'all, not sure if you have heard of this case. This is a 21-year-old case and some stuff has gone on, so I'm bringing it to you. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. If anyone has any other ideas for older cases or anything you'd love to see me cover, please feel free to drop it in the comments below or send it to my social media listed in the description. Also, please be sure to like, subscribe, share, and hit the notification bell so you get notified when I drop content or go live. Thank you for your continued support. From Associated Press. A Texas man whose execution was recently halted notably skipped a scheduled Capitol testimony on Monday, facing significant backlash from state leaders. The criticism targeted lawmakers' efforts to subpoena Robert Roberson in a bid to temporarily save his life, highlighting the contentious nature of the ongoing legal and political battles surrounding his case. His absence from a key state House committee meeting adds another twist to one of Texas' most contested death row cases. A bipartisan group of lawmakers has rushed to Roberson's defense, citing outdated science in his 2002 conviction for unaliving his 2-year-old daughter. Last week, they subpoenaed him for more time, but the Attorney General's office opposed this, citing security and logistical concerns. The delay in carrying out an execution has increased tension among Texas lawmakers and state Republican leaders, including Governor Greg Abbott. They believe that stepping in to help Roberson at the last minute was not the right move. Democratic Representative Joe Moody noted that while there are stronger measures they could take to enforce a subpoena, their goal wasn't to create a serious conflict between different parts of the government. Roberson was set to be executed last Thursday, October 21st, which would have been a landmark case in the U.S., since it was the first time someone was facing execution for an unaliving linked to shaken baby syndrome. He was taken to the busiest execution chamber in the country and was in a holding cell when the Texas Supreme Court unexpectedly stepped in and stopped the lethal injection. Moody, who leads a state House committee that opposed the execution, mentioned that they were still discussing the possibility of having Roberson testify in the future. The Texas Attorney General's office has communicated to lawmakers that Roberson can only testify via video conference. However, Moody firmly stated that this format is, quote, poorly suited for Roberson due to his autism. He reassured that Roberson will testify, although specific details on the timing and method are yet to be determined. On Monday, a number of people spoke in support of Roberson during his hearing. Among them were Dr. Phil McGraw, a well-known daytime television psychologist, and John Grisham, a famous author. Dr. Phil shared his belief that there wasn't enough evidence to prove Roberson guilty of any crime. Dr. Phil said, "If we figured out better ways to understand justice now, it's time to end the death penalty. A broken system only highlights serious issues. Roberson's innocence is backed by lawmakers from both parties who believe he was wrongly convicted using old and unreliable scientific evidence." According to the Associated Press, Roberson was sentenced to death for the 2002 unaliving of his 2-year-old daughter, Nikki Curtis, in Palestine, East Texas. Prosecutors argued that the infant's unaliving was caused by serious head trauma from being violently shaken back and forth. Roberson's attorneys say that the bruising on Curtis' body was likely due to complications with severe pneumonia and not child abuse. After Roberson speaks to lawmakers, prosecutors can ask for a new date for his execution whenever they choose, according to one of his lawyers, Gretchen Swin. Lawmakers had intended to bring Roberson, who is currently on death row, to the Texas Capitol in person, which could have created a dramatic moment. However, the state attorney general's office later told the committee that he would join the meeting online instead. Abbott's office stated that the Texas Supreme Court should throw out the subpoena. They believe that the House committee has gone beyond their powers in this case, marking their first public comment on the matter. Nearly 90 lawmakers, medical professionals, and civil rights advocates have urged Governor Abbott to stop Roberson's execution. Abbott has yet to comment, and the Texas Parole Board has denied clemency requests. After being denied help from the courts and Texas Parole Board, lawmakers subpoenaed Roberson to testify. Members of the House committee expressed disappointment in Texas laws on scientific evidence, arguing they failed in his case. In 2013, a law was passed allowing individuals found guilty of a crime to seek a new chance if the evidence against them is deemed untrustworthy. Initially hailed as the progressive solution to wrongful convictions, the law is now criticized due to concerns surrounding the case of a man named Roberson. Supporters argue that misrepresentations by the state's top criminal court have weakened the law's effectiveness. Over the last 10 years, there have been 74 applications submitted related to a law that deals with unreliable scientific evidence. A third of these applications came from people who were facing the death penalty, but none of them were approved. Anderson County District Attorney Allison Mitchell, who handled the case against Roberson, told the committee that there was a court hearing in 2022. During this hearing, Roberson's lawyers brought forward new evidence to a judge, but in the end, the judge decided to dismiss their arguments. We will be waiting to see if Roberson testifies at some point in another hearing. Again, thank you to the Associated Press for the information on this case. I will continue to keep you updated as things progress. Just a reminder that the Innocence Project is handling this case. Their website has all the information you need if you want to support their efforts, including signing the petition and sending a note of encouragement to Mr. Roberson. They also have other ways of receiving breaking news on their case. I will also include their link in the description. Additionally, please share Mr. Roberson's story widely, especially with the people in Texas. You can share their TikTok and utilize their social media toolkit on your platforms, or simply share this video. I strongly support the Innocence Project, and I believe that this case will lead to a thorough reevaluation of many older TP cases. I can only imagine how challenging it must be for jurors from those older trials to learn that their cases are now being examined more closely. Given the significant advancements in scientific knowledge over the past 20 years, it is crucial to revisit these cases with greater diligence. I'm very curious to hear your responses. Let me know in the comments below. I look forward to bringing you more in the near future. Keep a lookout for my next case. Thank you to my producer Suzuki for all her hard work gathering case info. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and click the notification bell. Bye, y'all.